Good morning, everyone. Welcome to today's webinar. My name is Mickey Taylor, and today I am going to be teaching you about the automated social media feature that is integrated with your Agent Studio website, and to show you how to set up your basic Facebook and Twitter and give you a walkthrough on some of the basic functions that you can complete with the automated social media platform. With all of that being said, if somebody would please just text or type in the chat section that you can hear me okay, we will then go ahead and get started. Perfect. Thank you. Also, during the webinar, if you have any questions, please go ahead and type them in the chat section, and I will be sure and work them in as we go. Okay, so for those of you who are new to Agent Studio, I just want to show you how to get to the control panel. If you scroll down to the bottom of your website and click Control Panel, you will be brought to a login screen. Since I'm already logged in, I wasn't asked to provide those login credentials, but once logged in, this is the screen that you will see. Okay, and I'm using a demo website today, and we'll also flip into and show you a few things within my automated social media setup. But I was asked on a few webinars if I could actually walk you through setting up the accounts. So that's why I've moved to doing most of it within a demo site, because I, of course, already have these accounts set up through my automated social media platform. Okay, so once you are here, you will go ahead and click on Automated Social Media, and it brings you into a screen that looks like this. Okay, now the first screen that you see is the Engage screen, and what this includes is every social media account that you have set up within automated social media. All of your interactions will appear here. Okay, anytime that somebody comments about anything, you can respond right in this window. Okay, and as you can see, this is Twitter, so I can like their response, their link, I can retweet. Same thing with Instagram and Facebook, I can do the same thing. Now, these are only showing because I had already previously connected my Facebook and Twitter accounts, but then deleted them so that my accounts don't get posted to twice through Agent Studio. So when you go in, it will take, just a short bit of time for you to start seeing some engagements on this tab when you first set up your accounts. The next section is Monitor, and this is where you can set up to monitor any keyword, any set of words, any phrases. If you want to search and monitor your agency name, you can do that as well and be notified whenever you're mentioned in a comment or a post, or receive a retweet or a share out over any of the social media platforms. You also, if you just want to get insight on travel or luxury travel, you can monitor words and phrases such as that as well. Okay, content, somewhat the same as Monitor, where you can set up, you can add words and phrases that you would like to receive content about. And if you're running short on ideas or things to share out over social media, you can use these as inspiration. Now, one of the things I do like to point out is anything that we pull up, any of these articles, they are not going to lead your followers back to your website. So that's one of the downfalls of this. They're just random, whatever you choose to search on or receive relevant content about, it is not going to go back to your website. So, which is okay. It doesn't always have to, but just make sure that what you are sharing doesn't lead a potential client to another website that will allow them to book a trip. Okay. So reggae music probably won't, but it just make sure you're checking out everything and all of the links in a certain article that you're tweeting out or, reposting to Facebook. You also can just use this section as just for information for yourself, just to learn a little bit more, see what's going on with a certain topic. Okay. The next section is contacts. And this is where you can use the automated social media also as a place as a CRM. And as you can see here, it's talking about your social CRM. I haven't really, this is one of the sections that I'm working on to learn more about and to see how we can integrate this with everything else that we do on a day-to-day basis. Obviously, I don't like to promote anything that is really just a duplication of something that we're already using, such as the Marketing Center or the CRM that is included in the Elite platform. And I like to know all the ins and outs about how everything works before I do a webinar on it. So I am working with the creators of the automated social media platform just to answer my questions and make sure that, I understand exactly how it works. And along the way, there were a few hiccups with a few things, such as the reports. They were doing an upgrade. So I'm waiting on them to hash out and fix a few things. And an advanced automated social media webinar will be coming in the future, probably not until early part of January, but that is in the works. So be watching out for that. And then the More tab, if you look at More, it's basically considered where you can measure. Okay, it's also where you can run your reports, set up reports. Exactly like the Marketing Center, you can run reports and receive analytics that will show you the trends, what time of day your posts get the most interaction, what topics and subjects of your social media posts are most popular, so that you can use this information and this data to maximize the work that you're doing on your social media marketing. So we all know that our time is limited and we like to maximize everything that we do. So these reports are going to be a huge time saver for you. It does take a few weeks once you set up your accounts to really get some good feedback. So you should set your at least your Facebook and Twitter accounts up as soon as possible. That way the system is collecting data and you can start using those reports as soon as possible. Okay, also under More this is where we're really going to dig in and work at today. And it's where you can add services. So within the automated social media, every account that you set up, whether it's a posting account, whether it's a monitoring account for a hashtag on Instagram, those are all considered a service, okay? And just to show you what value having this within Agent Studio brings, if you were to go out and get the automated social media platform directly from the developer, which is sendable, I personally have like 83 or 84 different services set up. I would be paying right under $200 a month for that. That is almost 3 times as much as I'm paying for my entire website platform. Okay. as well as when the automated social media was integrated with our website, I had 5 different subscriptions, monthly subscriptions, that enabled me to do everything that I'm now able to do and more within this integrated tool. So it is a huge value, and one that a lot of you, if you haven't been really working social media marketing or trying to automate or working to automate your social media, might not be aware of. So I always like to point that out because it's a huge savings having this integrated. And it's something that I really encourage all agents to either add on as an additional feature if you don't want to upgrade to a platform level that includes it, or if you have it included with your plan, just to make sure that you're activating your accounts and at least taking advantage of the automated capabilities. And some of you also might not know that with this platform, as soon as you set up your Facebook and Twitter accounts, Agent Studio will make 3 to 4 posts a day on your behalf to those 2 accounts. So I've heard, on different webinars, I've done, countless webinars on this feature, and people I've heard, well, I don't really have time, so I'm just not going to bother. And I get that you might not have time to really think about doing your own marketing through social media, but if Agent Studio is going to do it for you, why wouldn't you want to take advantage of that? I can honestly tell you that the majority of my new business comes from 1, referrals, and 2, through social media. And I market and have included my LinkedIn. So I market out over all of these platforms. Okay. I have all of those accounts set up, even Google. I haven't done much with YouTube because I don't post a lot of videos out through social media. I do share some and write a blog occasionally around a certain video, whether it be a destination video or a certain supplier such as AM Resorts. So I haven't done a lot of that, but all of the other, these top 7 social media platforms, I definitely do. And it's well worth your time to take a few minutes, and you'll see when we start setting up the accounts how easy it is. So please, if you have automated social media already and you haven't set up your accounts, as soon as the webinar is over, I encourage you to set them up. Okay, so before we jump in and start setting up our different services, I just want to show you across the right-hand side, you'll see a bunch of different categories. And what these are, these give you different types of automation. Yes, and as you can see, it even integrates with Slack, which Slack is the #1 interactive tool that most companies use. I use Slack. A lot of the corporations and businesses that I work with use Slack. So it's huge. It tells you how advanced this platform really is. You can see that some of the options are Twitter auto retweets. You can automatically retweet a tweet that has a certain hashtag in it or a certain set of phrases. You can also do an RSS feed importer, which if there's a certain blog feed out there that you like to follow, you can import that. And you can also see with Twitter, in addition to auto retweets, you can do auto replies. And then the Facebook Reconnect is from time to time, you will have to reconnect your different social media accounts. This is normal. That doesn't mean there's anything wrong with the platform, but each social media platform has their own time limit on automated integration. Some of them might be a month. Some might be, I think LinkedIn might be 2 months. Instagram is, sometimes it depends with that. I've had to reconnect mine every couple weeks, but each platform does it based on their criteria in which they're trying to control automated spam. So it's not a bad thing, and it only takes a couple seconds to reconnect. It's a few clicks, and I will show you that when I open up my account, because I usually have something in there that I need to reconnect. So I can show you that. It's not a lot of time at all. Now, if we look at monitoring, again, here's brand and keyword monitoring. If you want to, monitor Priceline or Expedia or, one of your competitors or a supplier, it's very easy to add those. That's what these types of services are for. Bookmarking, I don't really use any of these accounts, so I honestly don't have a lot of information about them. If anybody does use any of these, I would love to know how you use them in your business. I just haven't had enough time in the day to really dig into these and to learn more about them. Photo and video is pretty self-explanatory. It is all of the different types of platforms that pertain to videos or images. Okay, and a lot of you, like myself, have probably used Moby Dick and Flickr. You can also set up a Facebook page album where you can automatically post to that. Instagram, of course, and Pinterest, we all know what they are. And you can upload and set a Facebook cover photo from within the platform. Blogs, if you have a WordPress blog, you can integrate that and automatically post to your WordPress blog, and I have done that. And I like the fact that I like to write my own content, but my time is limited to do that. So I like to keep my blog filled with useful information, and I can easily do that through when I'm composing posts. I can include WordPress, or I can write a WordPress post which consists of maybe a destination from our website or a news article. So I like the fact that I can keep my blog updated and filled with up-to-date travel content easily through this platform as well. Social, of course, are the main social platforms. Some of you may or may not use Foursquare. I have never used Plurk. So again, if you use that, I would love to know how you use it and what benefit it has brought to you. That's also on my list to explore sometime in the future, just haven't gotten there yet. And then Popular, of course, pretty much is the same as Social. It's the most popular services that are included with the platform. And that is where we are going to now start by adding, we're going to start and add our Facebook. Now, if you look, once I clicked on the Facebook icon, you can see there are a lot of different choices. So one thing you want to make sure, especially if you're setting up your accounts mainly at first to take advantage of the Agent Studio automated posts, is to make sure you're setting up the right type of Facebook service. So the first one is Facebook fan page, and you'll see any of these that has the word post in it. That means that you will be able to post to this account or this group when you are composing a post within the automated social media platform. Now, you'll see here the next one. It's a bulk import to import multiple Facebook pages or to reconnect pages. That doesn't have anything to do with posting out to your Facebook wall. The next one is a Facebook group. So if you are the administrator of a group, you can automatically post to that. And a lot of people have set this up after, learning about this, they have groups set up that they do group trips once, twice a year, and they can easily send out information. Maybe this year they're going to, Belize, and there's an article that they want to share. They can come in here once this is set up and send the article out. They can include the Facebook group if they're sending it out over their other social media accounts to post to their business page and their personal Facebook wall and Twitter, etc. They can include that group and they'll automatically receive the information as well. The next is just the Facebook Reconnect, where you have to do a reconnection of your Facebook page. You can post milestones to your Facebook page timeline. And then Facebook post, if you don't have a business page for your agency, which some do, some don't. I have both, but the reason why I post to both and include both in this platform is because I have more followers on my personal page than I do with my business page. So, I would love to have everybody like my, sorry about that. I have, even though it's only 41 degrees today in Auburn, I still love to have the doors and the windows open. So I do apologize for the occasional train or loud car that goes by. To go back to, personal page versus business page, I like to have both. And I try to, occasionally I will send out requests for my followers to like my business page. And some people will, some people won't. I get it because I get notifications and requests like that all the time. I do try to like as many pages as I can because I know that it does help everyone, but I know we all get busy and we just don't have time to do it. So for that reason, I will, sometimes I'll share the same thing at the same time out over both my Facebook page and my business Facebook page. Other times I'll post to my business page and then share it to my personal Facebook wall to let my followers know and make the connection that that's really my business. So there are a lot of different ways that you can go about trying to increase the traffic to your business pages, your business Twitter account, that type of thing. So you just have to get a little creative from time to time and change up how you're posting occasionally. Okay, so again, the main thing is if you want to post to your personal wall, you want to use Facebook Post. If you are wanting to post to your business page, you should use the first one, Facebook fan page. And we're going to go ahead and click on the setup. And now you'll see how easy this is. So once I clicked setup, it automatically connected to my Facebook account. So you have to say okay to give it permission to continue. And now I'm going to be given an option of selecting the page that I want to set up. Of course, it's my travel page. Now the description, it can be whatever you want. Because I'm setting up my personal and my business accounts in here, if you're doing the same thing, you definitely want to differentiate between the two. So whether it's typing your agency name or an abbreviation, my abbreviation for my agency is TACT, T-A-C-T, just some type of description so that you know which account is which. And I'll show you that when I go through and show you my list of services set up. You'll see why you'll want to make the differentiation between the two. Once that's done, the next option that you have is to automatically generate link previews. This is automatically defaulted to no, but I personally always change it to yes, because otherwise it wouldn't give you a preview of what the link is about. And I honestly think that without that, a lot of times people would just gloss over everything. So I like to include the image, and I like to include a a preview of what the story or what the destination is about. But it's a personal choice. I personally think and feel that images sell travel, so I definitely like to have the image included. Now, if you're making a post or want most of your posts to be targeted to a certain geographical area, you can certainly differentiate and set those up in here. You can come in, and if you wanted, let's do United States. Okay, and you see you have all of these different areas. So, if there's a certain target that you want to market to, then by all means, all you have to do is find it, click add, and then it moves it over. I don't do any of this because I feel that Facebook has enough algorithms in their setup that half the people that follow me don't see my posts anyway. So I certainly don't want to narrow down that geographic location any further. So I don't set any of those up, but you certainly can if it is your preference. Post as a full-sized image. What this does, it takes the image that is included in the preview and posts it as a separate post. I suggest trying it, setting this up, making a post, going directly to your Facebook page and seeing how it appears. I personally don't like it because it takes the image and it basically splits the image from your actual post. So you'll have this nice image, but nothing else, no caption, nothing. So I don't like doing it, but again, I do suggest that you try it once. Just go out and see what it looks like, and then you can delete the post. But it's a good idea to see what it actually does for yourself. And then the last thing to set up is if you want to receive alerts for new activity. Okay, you have a few different choices. Your priority inbox, once we set this up, I will show you where your priority inbox is. It is within the platform. You can do priority inbox and email only, or none at all. I suggest doing email, whether you do email only or priority inbox and email, just to get a feel and see how the platform actually works, to familiarize yourself. Keep it on for a day or so, depending on how active your posts and your accounts are. You might only want it to be active for a couple hours. Come in and then turn it off. I don't really like to get any. I do sometimes, if I'm setting up something new, I will keep it in the priority box for a while, but otherwise I get enough emails. I don't like to get inundated with these notifications. Okay, and once we are done setting that up, all you do is click Save Settings. And now you'll see my services has gone to 1, and it shows the Facebook page that we just set up. Okay, your priority inbox is in the upper left-hand corner. It is this little envelope. And you'll see it that every time I open this, it always gives me a time zone mismatch because I'm in the central time zone when I'm in the demo sites, because it isn't used all the time. So different people use them, so it goes in and out of the central and the eastern time zones. You normally will not get this. Now, let me jump over, with that being said, let me jump over into my social media so I can show you the differences and why it's important if you're including, let me jump out of these pop-ups so I can get to my control panel so that you can see why it's a good thing to start differentiating between your personal and your business right from the beginning. Okay. Click on My Services. Now, as we go down through, now with the Facebook, it's a little different because I know that the fan page is always my business page. But as you go down through with the Instagram, now Instagram, and this is one of the intermediate, Instagram is kind of, there's a lot with it. So we include that in the intermediate automated social media webinar. But I can, in essence, let me click on one of these. So this is automatically liking any photo with the hashtag honeymoon. Now, if I wanted to follow and automatically like pictures with my personal account that also include the hashtag honeymoon, I would want to differentiate it. And actually, this one, I'm going to change this and make this so I know what it is. So this, when I look at this, it tells me this is set up for my business account and it's for honeymoon. Okay, and we'll go into more detail on the intermediate webinar for this platform. I think that might be next week. I'm giving that. So definitely tune in for that. But you can see as you scroll down through, most of these are my business, but I also started, if it doesn't have TACT, it's set up for my personal account. So I've played around with a couple different options just to give you an idea of what you can do to differentiate between them. Okay. And they keep going. Okay. So that's an idea. And I also want to come up here, as I mentioned, and see if I have here. It's a reconnection issue. So what I want to do is when you click on that notification, all you have to do is click Save Changes and it automatically reconnects it. Okay, so you see how simple it is, and it's the Instagram. Okay, and that's it. That's all you have to do, and it's reconnected and it will post as normal. Let me go, and for those of you who haven't set this up, a lot of people always ask, well, what does a post look like that Agent Studio makes on our behalf? So let's just go into my account and I'll show you what one of them looks like. Whoops, clicked on the wrong thing. WordPress is doing a lot. Let's see. Geez. Here we go. So that's odd that it hasn't posted since the 4th. Should have had some from yesterday, which would have been the 5th. One thing I would like to point out, if you are like this, now I will reach out to support and ask them if there was an issue, because I just now saw that there weren't any posts yesterday. Please, by all means, do that. Sometimes there are glitches or there might be an issue that isn't readily detected by Agent Studio. So because there weren't any yesterday and there haven't been any so far today, I will reach out and actually we'll probably try to Skype or send Shay a Skype text while we're on the webinar to see what the issue is. But this is what one of the posts look like, and I'm not sure why there isn't. Also, it makes me think that there's an issue because there isn't an image. But if one of your followers clicks that, it's going to go right to your website and it will bring up the article that was posted. So Robin has a question. I'm concerned about the way marketing posts their posts. See your Mickey Taylor post from December 4th. It has a lot of hashtags. It does have a lot of hashtags. Do you not like the hashtags, or what was your concern about how it's posting? I don't like the hashtags. Okay. that, you can ask support. You can put in a ticket or reach out to them. Um, Hashtags honestly are a good way for people to find you. A hashtag, it started on Instagram, but it has quickly carried over into Twitter and Facebook. And I always use hashtags in my blog posts, because people can go to Google and search for a hashtag, and your chances of your article or your information being pulled up with a Google search, or even searching a hashtag in any of the social media searches, it increases your chances of being seen. So that's why those hashtags are included. Let me see if I can find a different. So here's one for California with an image. I'm not sure why the previous post didn't have an image. But again, if your clients click that, you see it brought them right to my website and to the post. Okay, so that's what the posts look like. And again, reach out. I don't think that there is, if they can differentiate, they might be able to split it and post some with and some without. But that is the reasoning behind the hashtag. Hashtags are being used to search for because it brings up relevant content in searches, and that just increases your chances of being seen, or that article or that post being seen. And hashtags are also somewhat like your SEO hashtags, your meta hashtags, or meta words that you will include in your website. So that is becoming the way for searching for everything. So while I can relate to you, I don't like them to show up in my blog posts at the end of my blogs. I do hide them. They are still included, but with social media, there hasn't been a way to include a hashtag and not have them be seen. So you're welcome. Hopefully that will make a little bit more sense. I agree. I hated them in my blogs, and had WordPress help me hide them. But with social media becoming more prominent and the way everybody is searching, that's why they've kind of bled over into really everything online. So now that I'm back, let's go back, and I want to just walk you through adding one more service. And we'll add a Twitter account, since these are the two accounts that Agent Studio posts to on your behalf. Notice there is no differentiation between a business Twitter account and a personal Twitter. It's all the same. You set them both up the same way. Now, one thing to remember, if you are like me and have a personal and a business Twitter account, it will pull up when you click to set it up. Whatever account you are logged into, that's the account that you're going to authorize. So if you're setting up both, you just will have to set one up and then go to Twitter, log out of the account you're currently logged into, and then log into the other one. So since I'm already logged into my business account, or my personal account, we're just going to go ahead and set this one up. Again, you have the option, do you want it to post with images or not? Again, I always post with. And your options for your notifications at the bottom, whichever you prefer. And then go ahead and click Save Settings. And your accounts are both set up. So that took about 10 seconds to set up our Twitter account. So you can see it will take you a very minimal amount of time to set them up and to start capitalizing and reaping the benefits of the work that Agent Studio will do behind the scenes for you in regards to social media and marketing your business. So definitely set those up. And if you're on the webinar and you walked along, you probably have already set up your accounts. So that's great. The next thing we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to compose and how you can use the tool to do various different types of automation. So one thing, when you click into new message, every service that you've set up that you can post to will show up. If I come over here to show you the difference between the two accounts that I just set up, this is my personal one. So you can see every account that I can post to is listed. And I can choose one, a combination, or I can choose them all. Okay, so let's come back and we'll just select both of these. And you can create your post from scratch. It can be from wherever you want it to be. Most of the time when I post, I come out to pieces or sections of my website, because after all, that's what we want. We want to drive our traffic, our followers from social media back to our website, and for them to not only see what we're posting about currently in that specific post, but to be aware that we have a website and what all they can do on our website and what all we offer. So that's why everything pretty much I post out originates somehow on my website. And let's just post out Belize. I'll just grab something just to show you what I would do. I would, once I pull that up, the destination that, or what a news article or promotion, whatever it is I want to share, copy the URL, come back into the social media platform, hit space a few times, and then paste the link. You'll notice it automatically shortens it, and you get the preview at the bottom and a short little blurb about what it is you're posting. Okay, then you can post, you know, your own thoughts, your own, a few words. Team, whatever it is you want to do. And then do your hashtags. In doing hashtags, one thing you should always include the name of your agency as a hashtag. You know, whatever, the more the better in regards to hashtags, but I get that some of you don't like them or might not want to use them. Once this is done and set up, you like what it looks like. Now, there are a few different things that we can do with this post. I'm going to go into a few of them briefly, and then in the intermediate webinar, I go into them in more detail. So, of course, we can post this right now. Okay, you like what it is, you want it to go out now, and you can do that by clicking Send Now. Okay, we can also schedule this, okay, by clicking the calendar and choosing, maybe you want this to go out the 15th. You can pick whatever time. Now, the time slots are in allotments of 5, but if for some reason you want it to go out at 12:13, you can just click and change the time. And then if you click schedule, it will schedule the service. And I'll show you. And it will, once you click engage, it will show up as being scheduled. You can see when it's set to go out and the time. Now, if you decide you need to change it or you want to delete it, you can delete it here, or you can edit this post. And you'll notice the same thing shows up exactly the way it was. Repeat. Okay, if you want this post to repeat, you can click there and you'll receive this drop-down menu. Now, you can tell it how often you want it to repeat, whether it's a weekly, monthly, you know, every 2 months. The only thing about this that I don't like is every time you post it, which if you're spreading them out, it really doesn't matter in a sense, but it also matters. It matters in the respect that only the people that are online at this time, if you post it at 12 noon or 12:15 every time you post it, you might be missing 7/8 of your audience because they're all at work and they don't get online until later. And in the evening, by the time they get to social media, this post is so far down there on their timeline or their Twitter feed or their Instagram, feed that they're never going to see it. So that's the one thing that I hate about repeat. But it's easy and quick to set up. And at the bottom, it gives you a summary every 2 months until December 16th. So, of course, you can set this out till, whenever. Every 2 months until July 26, 2018, it is going to send out the same exact post at 12:13 p.m. Okay, so I want to show you a few other things, so I'm going to cancel that. That's a good feature. I like it, but there's something that's even better. The repeat, again, I don't like the time. I don't like the fact that it's going to post at the same time. But they do offer something else, and it's called a queue. Okay, and what a queue does, it is a way to basically think of it as a bank or a holding tank for all of your posts that you want to go out at random times throughout the week. And my tips on utilizing a queue is anything you put in a queue should never expire or should not be relevant to a certain holiday or a certain it shouldn't be a promotion that has an expiration date, because what a queue does, and now I'm going to jump back into mine so that I can show you. Let me look for the queues. And you'll see I only have one, but you can add more queues. So if you have something that is going to expire or you're marketing for the holiday, you can add a new queue and have it be just the holiday, and they can all expire at a certain time frame. But in general, like your first queue, I would set up with posts that never expire. So what I have in my queue, a general post about Viking. And I've started adding, I need to add more. Basically every aspect of your website, every specialty travel segment that I have. I do affiliate marketing, so I set those up. Anything at all that doesn't expire. Okay, that's what you should be setting up in a queue. So to set up a new queue, you'll see I don't have this because I already have mine set up. But the first time you do this, you can click on settings. You can rename the queue if you want to. Do you want it to recycle messages? So what this means is throughout all of these days, they come preset with 3 time slots for each one. If you don't want 3 posts going out every day, all you have to do is come in here and click these off. Maybe you only want 1 a day. Okay. You know that by looking at your reports, Tuesdays are big days. So maybe you want 4 to go out on a Tuesday, various times. And don't forget that if you have friends and followers that are international, don't forget to post in the middle of the night so that things show up, during their daytime. That's important. I have clients that are international, and I like to always make sure that I'm catering to them as well, because they bring me a lot of business and I want them to know and to feel like they are important. So don't forget, if you have clients, please make sure you're marketing out to them as well. So I do, post during the day, each day at some point, and it's nighttime for us, but it's daytime for some of my clients. So now after you have these set up, again, you can choose as few, as many, whatever. You can come in here and change up the times. And again, the same thing. If you don't like these show up on the half hour, just come in here and click to change the time. Now, if you click save, what that means is it will take every one of these posts that are in here. It will start at the top whenever you start this. And say during the week you have 8 time slots for posts and you have 15 different posts in your queue. It will, if you choose to recycle them, it will start with the first one and go down through. The first week it'll post one of those each day, and Tuesdays you have 2. So Tuesdays it'll post 2. Then the next week it'll start with number 9 and go down through. Once it gets to the end, if you selected to recycle those posts, it will come up back to the top and start posting again. So your posts are going out each week, but they're always going out on a different day at a different time. So you're hitting different markets and different followers. Okay, and that's what will be important for you to see through your reports, what time slots and what subjects and what topics are creating the most interaction from your social media marketing. So you could save this to the queue, and to do that you just click save, and then if you look at queued, you'll see now we have this one post. Okay, we do go into, or I do go into more detail about that. That was a really quick version of a queue. The last thing that I want to go over about sending out posts with this webinar is we also have send for approval. Now, if you have a few agents that work for you and maybe one of them is tasked with, setting up and approving or setting up and creating posts, organic posts for your agency, but you want to make sure you're approving them and seeing what's going out before it happens, you can set this up under your account. If you click your name, you'll be able to set up that person and give them access, and they can send this for approval and it will be redirected to you. Once you look at it, you can post it or save it, and then it will either post at that time or at the scheduled time. Okay, so a lot of agents don't have that, so I don't really go into much detail. If you do have the need to set this up, again, if you have issues with that, you can set that up through the accounts at the top by clicking on your name. If you run into an issue, just let us know. Reach out by putting in a support ticket and they will walk you through that. All right, so that is pretty much everything that covers the basics about the automated social media platform. Does anybody have any questions about anything that I went over so far? Anybody? Okay, if you do, just make sure, just type them in the chat section and we have about 5 minutes left. So what I will do with that 5 minutes is go in and show you how to set up an Instagram. I actually am going to delete this so that I don't randomly get, okay. I end up forgetting to go back in and then I get things posted twice. So with Instagram, let me go to my services. So before, Instagram has changed a little bit since I first created my business account. It used to be where you had to completely log out of one account and log into, I would have to log out of my personal account and log into my business account in order to post anything or like any images on behalf of my business, which I hardly ever did because it was such a pain. So I would always use my personal account. Well, a short while ago, I believe it might have been like 6 or 8 months ago, Instagram has been changing periodically over the past couple years. But over the past, like, I don't know, 8 months, they changed it where you can actually toggle between accounts. Super great. I love it. It makes it so much easier. So then I started using my business account a little bit more. Still, I only had, I don't know, 300 followers on Instagram for my business account. Not a lot at all. And so when we integrated with the automated social media and I saw this tool, I was like, great, going to give it a try. Perfect time to try it because I hadn't been using my personal or my business Instagram account. So I came in here and I love this tool. Like I mentioned before, you can follow a hashtag. So I label it with the hashtag that I'm following. It's my business account. And the hashtag that I want is luxury travel. So if you watch as I type, it's pulling up every hashtag and giving me the number of times an image was posted utilizing this hashtag. Okay, so as I type travel, you'll see there's almost 2.7 million posts or images that have used the hashtag luxury travel. Okay. Now, the next section, it shows you how often or how many photos you would like it to like each time it goes out into the Instagram world. And I've chosen 6. We do have a question from Newman. This option you show, it's paid or standard? It is both. It is standard in the Elite and the Pro version. It is an add-on to the free and to the starter websites. The next option that you have is how many hours do you want it to wait between likes? You see the options, and of course I click 1. Every hour it's going to go out and like 6 different images that contain the hashtag luxury travel. Now it even goes further, and this is what I love. It will automatically like that Instagram or follow that Instagram user that it liked the picture of. You can choose yes or no. Then you can go one step further and say, they didn't follow me back within 24 hours. Do I want to unfollow them? Click yes. Because if they really liked you, they'll come back and find you. And a lot of times it's like a head game with some people. It's, oh, well, they unfollowed me. Well, then I'm going to go see what they're about. And then if they like you, then they're going to follow you. So it's just a way to draw attention to your account. Do you want email notifications? Absolutely not. I don't want I have 60 of these hashtags set up. I don't want 6 emails every hour for every account. But if you do, that is your prerogative. And you can also, if you want it to go to a certain account, or if you want to receive email notifications, you can tell it where you want the email to go. And you can choose whether it is active or paused, and then save your settings. So that is a way. After it was only, I did that in July. I started doing that. So I have 16 or 1700 followers on my business Instagram account now. So if your goal is to add followers and to draw attention to your Instagram account, which it should be because my Instagram account has brought me a lot of business. People see what I post. I'm a beachy person, so a lot of what I do post is beach oriented, but people love that. They see the water and, it might be a place where they can't go, don't want to go, but they like what they see. It gets them to interact with your post, and that interaction can lead to, them saying would love to go, don't have the time to go that far, have kids, can't go, whatever. And that opens the door for you to start a dialogue with them if that's, if you can't go to Belize, what about Cabo or Cancun? It gives you that opportunity to post some different comments and to start interacting with that person. And it does work. It's tried and true. I've tried it. It works. So if, growing your followers on social media in general, this is definitely the way to go about doing it. Also with Twitter as well, with the auto follow, the auto response, the auto like, the auto retweet, all of those. It doesn't take that long to set any of these up, and the platform is extremely beneficial to help you grow your social media following. So with that being said, it is 11 and I don't want to keep you any longer. I know during the day we're all really busy. So I just want to thank everyone for coming to today's webinar, and I look forward to seeing you on a webinar in the future. And Agent Studio, we have been doing so well with our Cyber Monday promotion that we had last week. They've extended it. So if you use the code that I just typed in the chat section, it will give you 30% off 3 months of upgrading, or 3 months to add on any add-ons. So Numan, if you're on the free or the starter and you would like to try the automated social media feature for 3 months, you can use the code Cyber Monday and get 30% off the first 3 months that you have the add-on, or you can upgrade your entire package, which is a super good deal, and upgrade to one of the higher options and try it out for 3 months and see how well you like all the additional benefits. So please make sure you take advantage of that code. It was supposed to be finished last Saturday, but the response was good. So the only thing that they've told me is it's still active, but it can be deactivated and at any time. So don't hesitate. Make sure that you're taking advantage of that if you'd like to try out a feature or a new plan. And before I go, Elizabeth, I'm sorry that you were late, but we all know that those things happen. Yes, there is a recording. It will be in the email that you get following the webinar. It will have a link to the Agent Studio YouTube page, and I will take you there right now and show you. They have promised me that within 24 hours after a webinar ends, each new webinar will be posted. And the link will send you to this page, the videos page, and then you can look. Looks like they've added a new one. Oh, not yet. So sometime today, they will have added yesterday's. I would like to think that they'll get them before 24 hours, but they've asked me to give them 24-hour window. So it will be one of the top recordings or videos at the top. So you will be able to watch it. And one last question from Darwis. Can you consider Pacific time in next webinar? Sometimes it is too early, like tomorrow, it's going to be 7 a.m. Yes, of course I can. And I honestly did not think of that, which is sad because I should have, because I'm always I'm in Central, so I'm always dealing with, the hour time difference. But yes, I will definitely take that into consideration and bump them back into midday and the afternoon and early evening for that reason. And I will be posting the schedule for the rest of December probably later today. So I will definitely change up those times so that I can take Pacific time into account. And again, I do apologize for that. Thank you to everyone that joined, and I hope to see you on another webinar very soon. You are all very welcome. I'm glad that you all joined, and have a great rest of your day. Maybe I'll see you tomorrow we're doing Marketing Center, talking about the Marketing Center tomorrow. So I will see you then. Have a great day, everybody.